Hello, I'm BXToyCat and welcome back to another video. Today I have a redstone build guide for you, and this is a redstone build guide a lot of people have requested on my channel, particularly on the top stairs video, and the reason for that is this is going to be a redstone elevator build guide. That's right, in today's video I'll be showing you step by step how to make a redstone snake elevator. It uses pistons and it's a very cool thing because basically, if you're not familiar with the concept, when you stand on these pressure plates this will activate a rapidly alternating pulse which will hit all of these repeaters at the same time, and because there are pistons under this will activate the elevator, if you will, and it'll get you to where you need to go very quick as far as vertical is concerned. It's a very cool concept. It's reasonably simple. It'll take a lot of explaining, but you know, it's something you can do in survival if you want to, and I think it's very cool, and I definitely recommend you build one in your world. But first of all, please do like the video if you do like it. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it, and it also lets me know you want to see more of this sort of stuff, and that would of course be a cool thing. But anyway, let's get straight into the video itself, shall we? So basically, like I said, I'm going to be doing this step by step, so if you want to build along with me, you can do that. If you're on the PC, you might want to slow down to like 0.5 speed if you want to make sure you get everything, but otherwise you can just pause the video if I am going too fast for you. But yeah, first thing you want to do in any sort of build, again, I'm in creative, but you can do it in survival, is you want to get some redstone, you want to have some redstone repeaters. Have a lot of both these things, they're necessary for everything. But this build in particular is also going to use some pistons and also a pressure plate, and also we're going to want 2 blocks, one of which will be half slabs. So I'd recommend getting matching blocks, but you can go with some weird design that goes with, like, you know, hardened clay and then a birchwood slab or something. If you can get a matching design, that's cool, but I'm going to be using sandstone because that's kind of the de facto thing you do when you're building. So yeah, we've got the smooth sandstone block and we've got the half sandstone slab. We want both those things. They're both going to be necessary for this build. But yeah, let's get straight into the first part of the build. This will be a very easy part, and all it is facing 4 pistons in a square like this. This will be your elevator shaft. Like, this is going to be a few blocks below where it is, so maybe do this below ground if you want to make sure your elevator shaft is at ground level. But yeah, this is, you want to have these things be the elevator shaft. It's really simple. 4 pistons like this. You can't really do something wrong. The second step, however, you might be able to do something wrong because all it is just hooking up, you know, the pistons to redstone. You want to make sure all the piston is connected at the exact same moment. You can do this however you want, but I'd recommend following my guide so you get this exactly done like this. And yeah, you just have redstone going into this block, which activates this, and redstone going past here, which will also activate this, all at the exact same moment because of how redstone ticks work. Then you want to have these redstone go up to where your pressure plates will be, which will be about 5 levels above ground. Just over here, so you want to build kind of like a staircase system which goes exactly like mine. Again, you can do this how you want to, but this is probably the most efficient system, and the reason you're doing this and you're doing it like in for both sides at once, it's so you can have everything activate at the exact same moment. Like I mentioned, you don't want to have it activate on one side, you know, like a half second first, because then that's going to ruin everything. So just to do a quick bit of testing, place your pressure plates down for a second and test this. If it works, they'll all go up at the same moment. If something's done wrong, you know, maybe go back to the drawing board, make sure everything's right. But yeah, that's how you make sure that's right. So now remove these pressure plates because we don't have a reset yet, and you don't want to go through all the effort of rebuilding this just now. And now let's focus on what we're putting on the pistons. So on one side of the pistons, you want to have a solid block. You can have any solid block you want. You could have glowstone, you could have, I don't know, hardened clay, but I'm going to use my sandstone because I've already got it out. And on the other side, this might sound weird, but this is actually a tip I got from FedEx because I couldn't get this to work until I actually saw his tip. And basically that is to use cauldrons to make a rapidly alternating signal. This means when the piston activates the cauldrons, they'll be pushed up and that will start our signal chain reaction. Then when they're pushed down, it will stop it. It's going to be very handy. And again, yeah, just big thank you to FedEx Gaming. It was a big little useful tip there. But anyway, then you want to have on the side of these pistons, sorry, on the side of these cauldrons, you want to have redstone comparators, because these redstone comparators, they might look like they're on the same level as these cauldrons, but they won't be activated until this activates, and then, you know, that starts the whole thing. But for now, just bear in mind you want to have redstone comparators on each side in subtract mode. This is where you have the redstone, you know, little torch up. It's very handy. Just left trigger it once. Make sure this is up, because otherwise this won't work. If you want to make sure this works, by the way, then you want to have like kind of a snaky thing going like this. You know, in fact, let's keep it simple. You just want to have a little thing like this, kind of like a square going around it. I want to keep this nice and simple to build. So kind of like this. Just have that there. This is our easiest way to test it, because then if you place 2 redstone bits here and then you put your cauldron down, you'll be able to see here, if you fill the cauldron, you'll see that it will activate the rapidly alternating signal. If this doesn't activate, again, you might have done something wrong. Recheck the whole thing, make sure everything's right. Do you have solid blocks here? Do you have, you know, Do you have this in subtract mode? Make sure all of that's right, because otherwise the whole thing will be a no-go. And of course, if you're watching this build tutorial, you probably want to have a working elevator, not a non-working one. So yeah, the next step is actually going to be then hooking up these rapidly alternating signals to the pistons. So this is probably the most complex step, because you need to activate so many different redstone repeaters at the same time, but it is a reasonably easy done one. So basically, we need to get this redstone signal to go up to. You want to make sure you have a redstone repeater here, and the same on this side. This is because otherwise the signal will travel through this block and it'll start to mess with things. You don't want that all, basically. So have a redstone repeater here, and then the block next to it, you want to go up here, and then go up another block here. So something like that. In fact, we'll actually make this out. We'll use half slabs here just so we can make it, more of a consistent design. And we'll do the same thing just over here. So then we'll go up a block, then go up a block here, and place our half slabs there and there. It's really cool. You can actually use these half slabs for a particularly cool part of the thing, and I think it's particularly cool personally. So then you want to have a couple blocks up here, just but don't, in fact, don't pay attention to that for now. Let's focus on the fundamental bit. You want to have this redstone trail go over to here, go onto both of these blocks, and then activate these two redstone repeaters. The exact same. You want to make sure, you have to make sure both these sides have the exact same, just opposite. You want to do the exact same here. Redstone repeater there and there. Oh, we missed a bit of redstone. And this means that... Oh, we missed it there too. But this means when this activates, at the exact same moment, all four of these charges will go off, and it's going to be very, very useful. Or at least these are like 0.01 seconds. But at mostly the same time, these will go off, and it's going to be very useful. And then what you want to do is you want to have this exact same setup going, but 10 times up above. Or as many times as you want to go. If you want to have all the way from bedrock to sky height, it will cost you a lot of blocks, and it's going to require repeating a few times. But it's something you can do. You can go all the way from bedrock to sky height. I personally am going to go up maybe like 10 rungs, just so I can show you how to repeat it if you want to, and to show you the full potential of the thing, because after that point you are just going to be standing there for longer. You don't need to see that. After a few times you'll get the basic idea. But yeah, what you want to do now above these things is you want to build the kind of walls around the shaft, because like I mentioned earlier, this thing right here is actually going to be where the shaft is. So you want to have it like kind of isolated off. You might want to have it in the open, but I personally prefer having like walls around it, and use whatever block you want to use here. But what's important is that it all matches, or that it all fits the build scheme you're going for, and then you want to have blocks going over to here. Make sure you remember these are where the pressure plates will go, and then yeah, you've got the elevator shaft done. It's all good. However, nothing can really happen here. You might notice we're missing the mechanism and also all the things, because what we need to do is remove every other one of these blocks and place repeaters down. So this is actually a reasonably simple task. Let's have some blocks up here actually. This is a reasonably simple task. Just involves removing every other thing, and then placing down the repeaters in there. This is so that on on every other level we can have the exact same thing going on, and that's what causes that crazy chain reaction of speed you saw on the other thing. So we'll just do this all the way on both, and then all the way in this way. Make sure they are facing towards the center. It's a hard one to mess up. And also make sure you don't accidentally click one of them. These all have to be on no delay. So leave all of them like this, and I'll just give you a couple of seconds to do this if you want to. It's, again, pause the video if you want to pause in a particular part. I know there are some complex concepts, but we do need to cover all of it. So next, you want to have two of your half slabs going out from each of these. On each side, behind each repeater, have two half slabs, just like this. And then on those half slabs, make sure they're top half slabs, otherwise you can't place redstone on them. And then on those half slabs, we're going to place some redstone. It's going to be pretty simple, and it's going to be like so. And as you can see here, now we've got the redstone hooked up to the repeaters, but we need that redstone to be hooked up to our, alternating charge, the off-on that's going to cause this craziness. How do we do that then? So this is actually going to involve some really cool, redstone half slab stuff, because basically what you want to do is you want to place the half slabs like this in between each of the blocks here. So I'll show you an easy way to do this, but you need to have it directly in between here. So between each layer, you can see the redstone goes up here, then up to here, and that's how we're going to do this. So an easy way to do it is to place a full block, then place under the block like that if you want to, and then I'll show you again. If you want, like me, if you want to just keep the redstone half slabs out, you can do that using two half slabs, then just place the block there. There's a whole variety of different ways you can do this, but as long as you have the half slabs in the same place each time, it's very easy to make a mistake here, so just make sure the redstone can travel each way. Then you'll be good. So do this going all the way to the top. Our signal will run out eventually, but we'll deal with that later. And then you'll see we're all the way here at the top, and now, in theory, if this was a signal that could go on forever, you'd see that it would actually go all the way to the top, and then the same on this side will make it happen. And that's a really cool thing. So let's make sure we do get this going exactly the same. Actually, let's just replace this with a block, shall we? It was looking kind of weird the way it wasn't connecting, and we'll make sure the same's true in there. So just make sure the redstone can get to all of this stuff, and now we'll have these half slabs going. So these half slabs, like I said, just place 2 half slabs, then underneath that, then again, then again, again. This is definitely one of those kind of tedious parts of it, and in survival, this is really, really tricky. I do get that, because you have to, build up each time just to build down, but, it's going to be totally worth it when you get the end result. Okay, let's do this one more time, just over here. And as you can see, now when we place the redstone, we're done. Make sure it is all correct. Make sure these are all correctly placed, and there's a way for it to go up, and then 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 up. I can't say and then up that many times, but you get the basic point. Just make sure that's done on both sides. As you can see here, I've actually done this on the opposite side over there. That shouldn't cause us problems, but do try and make sure you do it on the right side, as in the exact same side each time, because otherwise you sometimes get some inconsistencies when you do it like this, and my bad, basically. But yeah, we'll make sure these are on the right side, but if you can't do that, keep going like this. And if you can, let's keep on going, shall we? Because, as I said, it's only sometimes, and it's only minor sometimes. But yeah, following on from this, we want to now have the actual main kind of payload of this thing, and that's going to be 2 sticky pistons, so replace your piston with a sticky piston, and then some sand or some gravel on top of that. Whether you sand or gravel doesn't bother me too much. I mean, it's a personal preference thing. But as long as you have a block which is affected by gravity on top, you're going to be good. So, we need to have facing up pistons here. So make sure you have kind of this kind of like square of pistons where, this one's going to be tricky to do. You have to crouch and then jump to do this. You want to have like pistons facing up, then above them pistons facing down. So, if they were to activate at the same time, they'd both achieve nothing basically. Then on top of all of that, you want to have yourself your sand. So at first this will appear a couple of layers below everything else, but after your first activation, that will all be fixed. And then I'll be like so. And now, assuming this does all work, some of this won't activate because we're going to fix that later. What will actually happen is it will actually push the stuff up and you'll see it all magically work. So let's show you actually, just make sure everything is working. As you can see, it will keep going up until it runs out of redstone charges, and then it will fall down to the ground like that. So one thing it is worth mentioning, it looks like I've actually got the perfect number where I don't need to repeat it. But basically, if you do have too many of these, so you can't do all of this in the same thing. If you have more than, I think it's 7 layers up, I think I've just hit the limit here. If you go more than 7 layers up, your signals will run out. And that means what you need to do is you need to kind of repeat them. So this can't be simply done in this whole complex formula, but all you have to do, if you want to do it like that, is have on one side, follow it out that way, one side, follow it out this way, have a repeater here, and a repeater here, and then have redstone along here. This basically means that the signal will repeat twice, and now you've got a whole 14 blocks. You can go up another 7 before you have to do this again. Make sure you do it on both sides, because otherwise it'll only go up one side, and it'll cause you a lot of issues. And then we'll do the exact same there. Okay, let's get the redstone repeater there, and a redstone repeater there. Place redstone around that, and now we can go up as many layers as we want to. So let's just show you one more time the magic working of the thing. As you can see right there, pushes up the sand over and over again, then we get to the top, then we hop off, and then it falls all the way down, ready for the next person to use. So at this point, the rest of the things you can do with this thing are mostly cosmetic. I mean, like, you can have like a wall here if you want to, so let's do that if we want to. Just to make it look more and more elevator shafty, personally, you can leave it as pure or as impure as you want to. This is all design choice stuff, but I really do like this thing. Oh, we do need some stairs up here, actually. So let's get ourselves some stairs out, just so this is all proper. So again, if you use something that's half slabbable, then it's extra good here because you can use stairs instead of having to, like have awkward block jumps up. But yeah, now what we have here is we have a way for us to go to ground floor all the way to wherever we need to go in very little time with very little effort. It's a very cool redstone build, like I mentioned. It can be complex, and understanding it can be very complex, but as long as you follow this guide, except for that bit, which you make sure you do it on the other side, because like I said, every now and then you'll get a funny inconsistency. It's a very cool thing, and as you can see here, weird to look at, very cool to use though. So I hope you enjoyed my build of this redstone elevator, or to be precise, the snake piston elevator. If you did like it, please do like the video and let me know. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it. Otherwise, I'd very much appreciate shares on the video. They help the videos get out there. And if you subscribe, you'll see videos like this every single day on your homepage. Not always just redstone tutorials, also just fun facts about Minecraft you might not have previously known. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.